Good morning everyone. The part 5 of the lesson equilibrium is ionization constant of water and ionic product of water. Water is a weak electrolyte. Water is a weak electrolyte. And what are the weak electrolyte? We have already discussed this topic. So water is a weak electrolyte and undergoes self dissociation. It undergoes self dissociation. Dissociation means splitting to the small extent. For example, H2O plus H2O, it dissociates, we get H3O plus OH negative. This is the hydronium ion and this one is the hydroxyl ion. So the dissociation constant for the ionization of the water, dissociation constant of the ionization of the water, for example K, this is the dissociation constant. The procedure is same as that of to find out the equilibrium constant. That is, first of all, product, this is OH negative, and in the reactant we have 2 H2O, so we get H2O whole square. It is same as this one. H2O plus H2O means H2O. How much H2O? 2 H2O. So the degree of the dissociation of water is very small. Here we consider the degree of dissociation of water. This water we are talking about is very small. So the concentration of the undissociated water, the concentration of the undissociated water may be practically considered as a constant. It means its composition is considered as a constant. Now let us shift this equation. So we have K multiply how much? H2O. This one 2 is equals to, this one is the hydronium ion, that is H3O plus, and this is the OH negative. Now we have said that the concentration of this one is, let us consider it as a constant. So in place of H2O, this is the constant, and here the values are same, that is hydronium ion, and this one is the hydroxyl ion. Now this K multiply constant is considered as Kw. K multiply, in place of K multiply constant, we have written Kw is equal to H3O plus, and this one is the hydroxyl ion. Now this Kw, it is a constant and it is known as the ionic product. It is a constant and it is known as the ionic product of water. It is known as this Kw is a constant and it is known as the ionic product of a water, and its value is constant at a particular temperature and varies with change in the temperature. As the temperature changes, the value of Kw is changes. Now the next topic is expressing hydrogen ion concentration. Expressing hydrogen ion concentration. It is also called pH scale. Expressing hydrogen ion concentration, also known as the pH scale. We know that pure water contain equal concentration of the hydroxyl ion and the hydronium ion. Pure water, if we are talking about the pure water, so the pure water contain the equal composition of the hydronium ion, this is the hydronium ion, and the equal composition of hydroxyl ion, this is the hydroxyl ion, and its value is 1 multiply 10 to the power minus 7 mole per liter, and the temperature is 298 Kelvin. This is the composition of the pure water. So if the concentration of the hydronium ion, this is the hydronium ion, if the concentration of the hydronium ion is greater than this value, if the concentration of hydronium ion is greater than 1 multiply 10 to the power minus 7 mole per liter, then the solution is acidic. Then the solution is acidic. When the solution is acidic, when the concentration of hydronium ion is greater than this value, then the solution is considered to be acidic. And same as that, the solution is basic when the concentration of hydronium ion is less than 1 multiply 10 to the power minus 7 mole per liter. Or in other words, the concentration of hydrogen ion give an idea about the acidic and the basic nature of the aqueous solution, because we can only define the acidic solution or basic solution on the basis of the concentration of the hydrogen ion or on the basis of the concentration of the hydronium ion. If this value, its value is greater than this one, so the solution will be considered as the acidic, and if its value is lesser than this one, then the solution will be considered as a basic. So in 1909, there was a scientist called Sorensen. So the Sorensen in 1909 suggested a new term for expressing the concentration of the hydrogen ion. Sorensen in 1909 gave a new idea to express the concentration of hydrogen ion, and this was known as the pH or the pH scale. That term was either that term was considered as a pH, or it was also known as the pH scale. So the pH of a solution, if we are talking about the pH, so the pH of a solution is defined as the negative logarithm of hydronium ion. The negative logarithm of hydronium ion concentration in mole per liter, and mathematically it is expressed as pH is equal to minus log H3O plus. This is the mathematical expression for the pH scale, and it is also be written as mathematically, it is also written as pH is equal to log 1 upon H3O plus. This is the mathematical representation for the pH. So for the neutral solution, if we are talking about the neutral solution at 298 Kelvin, that is H3O plus, the value is equal to OH negative. We have already discussed it before. 1 multiply 10 to the power minus 7 mole, and that is per liter. Oh, sorry, that is mole per liter. This is for the neutral solution. So we can also represent the pH for the acidic, basic or the neutral solution, and this is for acidic solution. Next is the basic solution, and third one is the neutral solution. We have three types of a solution: acidic, basic and neutral, and for these three we have the different pH. That is, for the acidic, pH is less than 7. For basic, pH is greater than 7, and for neutral pH is equal to 7. So this is the values of the pH scale for the acidic, basic or the neutral substances. So the solution having pH between 0 to 2, the solution having pH between 0 to 2 are more acidic, are more strongly acidic, and with pH between 2 to 4 are moderately acidic. It means 0 to 2 strongly acidic, and if the substance having the pH between 2 to 4, they are moderately acidic. They are moderately acidic, and in between 4 to 7, they are weakly acidic. They are weakly acidic. Similar to these are the pH between 7 to 10. The pH between 7 to 10. They are weakly basic. The pH between 10 to 12. They are moderately basic. And the pH between 12 to 14, they are strongly basic. So these are all about the pH scale. Now the next topic is ionization of acid and bases. The strength of an acid, if we are talking about the strength, so the strength of an acid or bases is experimentally measured by determining its dissociation constant. Dissociation means splitting. Dissociation constant, or it is also known as the ionization constant. Now the next heading is dissociation. Dissociation or ionization. Dissociation or ionization constant of acid in water. So the strong acid dissociates almost completely in water, and therefore the molar concentration of H plus ion in the solution is same as that of the acid itself. The relative strength of weak acids can be compared in terms of their dissociation or the ionization constant. So now let's take an example. For example, we have an acid HA and it dissociate in water and we get hydronium ion, that is H3O plus and plus A negative. Now if we want to find out or by applying the law of chemical equilibrium, if we apply the law of chemical equilibrium in this equation, so K is equal to, that is H3O plus, this one is A minus upon HA, and this one is H2O. Now we consider in this reaction, we consider that the water is present in large quantity, so its concentration is practically remain constant, and the concentration of water may be combined with the K. This concentration is combined with this K, and we get another constant that is known as Ka. So the meaning of the Ka is equal to K. How we will get the Ka? That is H2O. K multiply H2O. We have shifted this H2O from here to here. So this is known as the Ka. That is, and here we get, that is the hydronium ion. That is, here we have A negative and here we have the acid HA. So this Ka. This Ka is called the dissociation or the ionization constant of an acid. The larger the value of Ka, the larger the value of Ka, higher is the concentration of the hydronium ion. We know that this Ka is directly proportional to the hydronium ion. So larger the value of Ka, higher is the concentration of hydronium ion, and therefore the acid is stronger. So when the higher amount of hydronium ion is present in any acid, it means it is a stronger acid. Now this ionization constant, which is also known as the dissociation constant, so the ionization constant may be used to calculate the degree of dissociation or the degree of ionization and the concentration of the H plus ion. Therefore, the degree of dissociation or ionization may be defined as the fraction of the total number of molecules. The fraction of the total number of molecules of an electrolyte. Here the word electrolyte is used for acid or the bases which ionizes into ions, and we can designate it, that is we can designate the degree of dissociation or ionization by the term alpha. This is the term alpha is used to designate the degree of ionization or the degree of dissociation, and it is expressed as, for the alpha there is a formula for the alpha. So alpha is equals to the number of molecules. Alpha is equal to number of molecules of the electrolyte. Number of molecules of the electrolyte which ionizes upon total number of molecules of the electrolyte. That is the total number of molecules. Total number of molecules of the electrolyte. Total number of molecules of the electrolyte. So this is the formula for to find out the degree of ionization or the degree of dissociation. The pH scale for hydrogen ion concentration had been useful, and it has been extended to other species and quantities, and we may also write in place of the pH value, we can also write pKa is equals to minus log Ka. pKa is equals to minus log Ka. Now this means that a stronger acid will have higher Ka value. Those acids which are stronger, they have higher Ka value but smaller pKa value, while weaker acid will have small Ka value whereas it has higher pKa value. So in short, we can say that larger the value of pKa, weaker the acid is. The acid which has a larger pKa value, it is considered as a weak acid. It is considered as a weak acid. Now the next topic is, that is dissociation or ionization. Dissociation or ionization constant of bases in water. Earlier we have discussed the dissociation or ionization constant of acid in water. Whereas now we are going to elaborate the topic dissociation or ionization constant of bases in water. So in a similar way, the ionization constant of base, for example, we have any base BOH. It is any base in water may be represented as, for example, it is its aqueous solution. Now when it dissociate, it gives B plus hydroxyl ion, that is the OH negative. So if we want to represent it in the form of the constant or ionization constant, so its ionization constant is known as the Kb. This is the ionization or the dissociation constant for the bases, is equals to same as the acid B plus, this is OH minus, and here we have BO H, and Kb is the constant. Kb is the constant, and keep in mind that concentration of water remains constant. The concentration of water always remains constant in the in case of the acids as well as in case of the bases. So if we want to represent this in form of this value, that pKa. So in place of pKa, we have pKb is equal to minus log Kb. This is for the base. Here B represent the base and here A represent the acid. So if we define it as in case of this one, so we can say that strong base will have higher Kb. Strong base will have higher Kb but smaller pKb value, whereas if we are talking about a weaker base, so it means that the weaker base will have a smaller Kb value and higher pKb value, or in short we can also define it as a larger the value of pKb, larger the value of pKb, weaker is the base. Larger the value of pKb, weaker is the base. Now now if we are talking about these two expressions, so they are nothing, they are just the representation of the hydrogen ion concentration. Now the next topic is relation between Ka and Kb. Now this is the new topic, relation between Ka and Kb. Now we know what is Ka and we also know what is Kb. This is the ionization or the dissociation constant in case of the acid, and this is the ionization or dissociation constant in case of the bases. Now in case of a conjugate acid base pair, they are related in a simple manner, so that if one is known, so we can easily calculate the value of the other. So let's start, that is conjugate acids and bases. Conjugate acids and bases are related as, that is base plus, when combined with the H plus ion we get acid, and acid, it donate the H plus ion and become base. So this is the relation between the conjugate acid and base pair. When base combined with H plus ion, it form acid, and when acid dissociate, it release the H plus ion and it converted into the base. So let us consider a reaction, that is Ha plus H2O. Here Ha is the acid, H2O is the base. So we get hydronium ion, that is H3O plus H3O plus, and we get a negative. So if we want to find the value of Ka, that is H3O plus, here a negative, and here we have Ha only. Now why we have not written H2O? Because we have earlier studied it that the concentration of water always remains constant. That's why we are not representing here H2O. Now similarly, if we want to find out the value of Kb, now let's take another example, that A plus H2O, it gives Ha plus OH negative. So if we want to find out the Kb, that the ionization constant, so it is Ha plus, this one is the OH minus, and here we are having only A. Here again I am not representing H2O, I am not writing the H2O here because the concentration of water always remains constant. That's why I am not representing here H2O. Now let us assume that this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. This is equation 1 and this one is the equation 2. Now multiply equation 1 and 2. If we multiply this with this, so it means that Ka multiply Kb is equal to how much? H3O plus, this one is the value, A minus, here we have Ha. Now the value of, now put the value of Kb, that is Ha, this is OH, and here we have A. Here we have A. Now this cancels with this one and this cancels with this one. Now what we have at last, we have, that is H3O plus and OH minus. H3O plus OH is equal to Kw. H3O plus, this is the hydronium ion, this is the hydroxyl ion, is equal to Kw. So it means that Ka multiply Kb is equals to Kw. Now this equation we have from the given expression. Now the next heading is polyprotic acid and bases. So Bronsted acids which can donate more than one proton. The Bronsted acid which can donate more than one proton are called polyprotic acid or polybasic acid. Polyprotic acid or polybasic acid. Now the example of such type of acids are oxalic acid, sulfuric acid, because they have two ionizable proton per molecule of the acid which can be donated. So these are the, if they donate the two, if we are talking about the two ionizable proton, means it means they are known as the diabasic acid. They are known as the di means two, they are known as the diabasic acid. And if we are talking about the phosphoric acid, the formula for the phosphoric acid is H3PO4. This is the formula of the phosphoric acid. So phosphoric acid can donate 3 proton and it is known as the tribasic or triprotic acid. Tri means 3, so it is called the tribasic or triprotic acid. So this is the concept of the polyprotic acids and the polyprotic bases.